Welcome back to the next episode of making a zombie shooter game in Scratch. Now, I just made this thumbnail. Hey, you don't have to. I'll just hide. So, for this episode, we are going to be making new zombie types, better zombie animations, and waves. First, let's make the zombies look a bit better when they get shot. Let's go into my blocks. Make a block and call it zombie hit. Make it normal. Instead of it deleting the clone, we're just going to do this zombie hit code. When this zombie's a clone, we need it to fill its health up. So make a variable. Make it be called HP. And make sure, remember to do this for this sprite only. If you do not click this, then the code will mess up. Now let's make it so we change HP by -1. Let's also switch costume to zombie hurt. And then here we'll put switch costume to zombie alive. Now, when we shoot a zombie, instead of it dying, this should happen. It flashes red, indicating that it's being damaged. Now, we need to set its HP when we begin. So, let's set its HP in the position zombie code. Set HP to 4. Now we put an if else block and put this in the else. If 1 is more than HP, then for now we just delete the clone. Now it actually takes a few hits to kill a zombie. But it's a bit boring just watching the zombie sort of just disappear. Let's make a cool zombie animation where it blows up. Pay to do sprite. Call it effects. For the effects, I'm going to make some costumes. The first one is just going to be a red dot. We're going to call this Death 1. Next, I'm going to make one in the colour of the zombie, green. Call this Death 2. Death 3 is going to be the zombie's arm. Let's grab its arm and put it here. Now we are using costumes from different sprites. Keep the size. Set size to 40. And let's make these dots a bit bigger. This one is supposed to represent the zombie skin. So let's just add some effects to make it more skin-like. Also, I'm going to copy, paste, and put it back here. Click back layer, make it darker, so it looks more 3D. For the blood, this is going to be zombie blood. This, I'll make it a little bigger. I'm just going to add a few little bumps. And no 3D is required. And then to put these into the centre, I'll also add one more. This last one is going to have a zombie's eye on it. Perfect. Go into variables and make a list. For all sprites, make it effect X. Then make effect Y, and finally effect T for type. Hide them. And we're going to do where green flag clicked forever, make a new block. Run without screen refresh and call it detect. In this detect code, we are going to put repeat length of effect T. We're going to go to item 1 of effect X, item 1 of effect Y. Perfect. I'm going to make another new variable. Also, delete the my variable if you haven't deleted it yet. Make the variable for this sprite only. Remember to do this. Call it type. Set type to item 1 of effect T. Then create clone myself, and then we just simply delete item 1 of effect X, Y and T. Now we haven't actually gotten this code to work yet, so let's do that now. Before the when green flag click, put a hide. Go into the zombie and put when it dies, repeat 10. Put pick random 7 to 18. To repeat this 7 to 18 times. Go into variables and get an add. Go into motion, X position to effect X. Duplicate it by right clicking and change it to Y position for effect Y. And finally do death for effect T. Now put when I started clone. If my type is death, then what we do is we switch costume to join death and then pick random 1 to 4. Perfect. Let's also make it change its position a little. Change X by pick random -20 to 20. And we do the same with our Y position. Perfect. Now show the sprite. Let's make another new variable for this sprite only. Call it Y velocity. Set Y velocity to 10. Then repeat around 15 times. Change Y by Y velocity. Turn pick random 1 to 16. But we need to do something more important before we do that. Make another new variable for this sprite only. Call it movement dir. Dir for direction. Hide it as usual. Set movement dir to pick random 1 to 2. Trust me, this is going to look good. If movement dir equals 1, then we turn that way. and change X by 0.5 to 3.5. 0.4 to 3.5. Else, do the same thing again, but minuses. Perfect. The last thing we need to do is change Y velocity by -1. One last thing. Repeat. After all of this repeat, we just repeat 4. Change ghost effect by 25. And then finally, right at the end here, delete this clone. After all that, zombies can now die really cool. Let's test it. Wow, that is awesome, don't you think? When a zombie dies, it explodes into parts. But it's still not that cool, because have a look. The zombie still exists after sending out its parts. Strange. Let's fix that. Let's make it run without screen refresh. Zombie hit, run without screen refresh. Now this will look even cooler. Few hits, exact same, but now, isn't that just awesome? We can now blow up our zombies when they die. That is really cool, in my opinion. This is just something that I want to do myself, so you don't have to do this. But have you noticed that the zombies have 2 arms, but sometimes they fling out 4 or 5? That is not what we want. Let's fix that, shall we? So, to do this, make another variable for this sprite only. We'll call it arms thrown. When green flag clicked? When they start as cloning here, set arms thrown to 0. And here we're going to do something new. Death, join, death, pick random, 1 to 4. Instead of that, we're going to put type contains death. Then we switch costume to death, to our type. This should still work completely fine. Watch. Let's hope. See? They can still blow up as usual. But we're just going to make it now so the amount of arms that can spawn is limited. Make a new variable called going to throw arms for this sprite only. If pick random 1 to 4 equals 4, then that means we are going to throw arms. Add death 4. Else we are going to add join death pick random 1 to 3. Also, we change arms thrown by 1. And I just realised we're not going to need the going to throw arms, so delete it. Now, all we need to do is put and going to throw arms thrown is less than 3. Boom. Now you should notice that the zombies wait, what? Yep, that's right. It won't work. Why is that? Well, it's because the costumes are all wrong. We need to switch that one to be death 3 and this one to death 4. Whoops, that was my mistake, guys. Now only 2 arms should spawn. Let's have a look and see if it worked. How peculiar. Still nothing. We're getting around 3 arms instead. I see what's happened here. The number here was wrong. We need to make sure that 2 is more than arms thrown. Now, let's see if this works. Perfect. I've done it. Now, that's it for our zombie blowing up animation. For this part, we're going to add some new zombie types. In later episodes, we'll add more, but for now, this episode, we'll just add 1 new zombie type. We'll call it the baby zombie. Let's duplicate the zombie and call it baby zombie. Baby zombie will be the same, but let's make it 20 sides. Let's make it move 3 steps and spawn less often. Let's also make it have less HP, only 2. And we'll make it repeat less. Say 2 to 8. No, 9. Let's see if our new baby zombies worked. Haha, he's speeding towards us. And he spits out less. I feel it's a bit weird for him to get the massive arms out. So we just won't have him make arms. Okay. Let's have a look. Ain't that just the funniest? We've just made a new zombie type. We still can't die though, but that'll be in the next episode, where we add some even cooler things. Now, the last thing we're going to add in this episode is some sounds. Just kidding, you should have seen the intro. We're actually just going to add a wave system. Get rid of these forevers. Go into backdrops. Make a new variable called wave. Now we're actually going to hide it and make another variable called wave display. This is going to be the one that's visible. Right click on it and make it a large readout. When green flag clicked, forever, set wave display to, here's the complicated part, join wave and then wave. Now it says we're on wave 0, and that's what it's going to be. Set wave to 0 when the game starts. So let's do another thing. When a green flag clicked, we're going to forever wait 4 seconds. Actually no, let's go 7. Then we're going to repeat So first we're going to change the wave by 1, then we're going to repeat 3 plus wave times pick random 2 to 5. Change that to a 1. And make a new block. Make it run without screenfish and call it spawn zombie. When it spawns a zombie, also, how about we just change this to 3 and make it 4 to 7. Now for the first wave. Now, if we set wave to 1, we will get a total of 7, 9, 10, 8 zombies. How is the spawn zombie code going to work? Well, in it, we're just going to put if then else. So if and. So if wave is more than 2 and pick random 1 to 3 equals 3, then create clone of baby zombie. Also, if it isn't, then we're just going to make a normal zombie. Let's also fix this. For some reason it says baby zombie 2. Funny. Now we officially have nearly the entire thing done. We just need to add some weight in. Weight. Then we're going to put 6 minus wave divided by 6. Perfect. Let's just change that to a 5. Let's see how it is now. Soon, the wave starts and the zombies begin to attack. Luckily, we can easily blow them up with our pistol. I'm going to make the zombies spawn more often. Let's do pick random 2 to 4. Let's see how it looks now. So we wait and the wave starts and the zombies begin their attack. We can easily take out that first wave of zombies. Let's see if it works. We move on to wave 2. And now more zombies will spawn and more often. After this, we just need to do one final check to make sure that the baby zombies will spawn on wave 3 and above. And if they do, then this is the end of this episode. You can see the major improvements that have happened since the last episode. The next episode's going to be an interesting one, where we add even more zombie types, sounds and power-ups. And wave 3, the little zombies do spawn. That's great, but there's another thing I want to do. What if I just put wave divided by 7? average by 4. Now the zombies will spawn a lot more often. Let's see how this goes. Perfect. And that is the end of this episode, guys. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and the like button. Hit the notification bell as well if you like it. Also, another thing we'll do in the next episode is we'll add in the way for your player to die, which is probably going to be the important thing since this is a zombie shooter game. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. The next 30 seconds is just some footage of me playing it.